Churn just sucks. It it hurts my soul when customers churn, but it is part of business. You know, with the ebb and flow of business is that people come and go, and clients the same way. We have mergers, acquisitions, we have change in leaderships, we have businesses that go out of business. Businesses go out of business. But one of the things that I always come back to is again, these are symptoms, not the actual process that you put in place to actually try to make sure you manage this expectation. If you do everything you can do, I always tell my teams to mitigate churn, then you've got to feel good about that. And you still want to learn from it, capture the information, and reuse that to make things better. Here are a couple key points, 4 or 5, that I think you should always be thinking about when you look at churn and you work your way backwards. Because again, it's the horizontal plane of how we run our business. So, data clarity. If you have, everybody knows, if you have crappy data, and most businesses do, everyone that I go in and I help with consulting, it's do an audit of the systems, and before you know it, you've got 80 plus systems spread across all the teams. Centralization of data is tough. Silos, all of that. Data clarity, but limit how much data you're actually needing to look at. Data focus, data clarity is the first thing that drives good insights, strategy, and process development. Number 2, culture. Keep coming back to this because it is so important. So between your data clarity and at the end of this is going to be your people. In between is everything you build. It's the business you have, it's your products, it's your services, it's your organizational design, it's your culture, it's your way that you bring people together. But the culture is so important, mission, vision, purpose. But most importantly is the why. And getting people in your team to embrace the why you're getting out of bed in the morning is so important. So data, culture. Next piece, organizational design and how we actually tie everything together, because it does need to be orchestrated. I talked about this quite a bit. It's the horizontal plane of how we run our business. And again, if you look at the funnel flows, the bow tie, which I love, you've got the first touch all the way through conversion, onboarding, and then you're trying to win the right to renew. That horizontal plane is where you build your organization, your process, your systems, your flow of data, your insights, your feedback, your voice of the customers. Those are all the things that give you the ability to run a business, to repeat, and now, of course, your AI layer. The vertical layer that intersects the horizontal, that's your leadership layer. That's your mission, vision, person, culture, and that's really what CEO and senior leaders should be focusing on. Can't go without bringing up AI as an amplifier, all right? I know there's a lot of buzz, and it is really simple to get sucked into the void of LinkedIn, which is a megaphone of things that are happening. However, most businesses today aren't worried about AI. They are dabbling in it, but they are more focused about running a profitable business, worrying about churn, acquisition costs, people development, people retention. So those are things that are actually causing a lot of the troubles today, is not having a good foundation. Now, AI is going to help revolutionize the way that we do business. But if it's not done right, we're not there to, hopefully not replace all humans, because God, number one thing, people buy from people. People trust people. So if you're in the business of building loyalty and customer experience and all that, you need to be thinking about how do we use AI to shift our awesome people to the forefront of how we engage more with our customers. Because I believe the differentiator for businesses going forward is how you engage, build relationships, and earn that trust. The last thing, and I talked about this, the sandwich from data clarity to people development, people management, it's really about your people's voice. More than ever, we need to be empowering our internal teams to be telling an amazing story to each other. Start internally, grow externally. The voice of your team is so powerful. Think about them as your micro influencers to drive culture, alignment, knowledge share. Everything inside your organization starts with building a value story culture. Now, flip that out on the outside. and you've just empowered your teams to tell these amazing stories about what they do, why they get out of bed, how they solve the business problems of today. Do that with your customers. Friday updates, monthly updates, quarterly updates. Do it more than you think. Customers need to be hearing from you to validate the value you say you give. Show them. Don't pass the mic to your single point of contact who's telling your story to the leadership team of the company that you engage with. If you don't tell your story, you know who is? The wrong people. The competitors are telling your story or their story to your customers. All right, hopefully that helps. Again, data, people telling amazing stories, build everything in the middle, horizontal, vertical, orchestration of intelligence within your business. I'm Lee Roque, XM Elevation. I'm here to solve these business problems in a fractional or full-time way. Follow me on subs. All right, have a great day.